Welcome to Catholic Mom Mindset, a daily show where you learn to walk closely with the Holy Spirit so you can live the life God is calling you to. I'm your host, Sterling Jaquith. Let us begin. Welcome back. Today I want to talk about creating space. Creating space between when your kids do something that drives you bananas and you having a very strong yelling or snappy or something reaction that you don't want to have. So the scientific way that we would say this is that we would say creating space or moment between the stimulus and the response. Okay, so we all know what this looks like when we are on the phone and two kids come barreling into the room. And you took my thing and he hit me and she's terrible. And they're like talking and screaming. And it just like hits you like ice water. And immediately you just knock it off. I mean, yell at them. Which always startles the kids. They're like, oh. And it's not a great experience for them. It's not a great experience for you. And there's like almost just no space between the stimulus and the response in that moment. And we have even less space when we're tired and when we're hungry and when we've been saturated with noise for the whole day or something stressful is happening in our lives, financial, marital, work stress, any of those things, right? You jumping to yelling very quickly after the kids do something, right, happens so much more when some of those other factors are in play. But if you can begin to think about yelling this way, if you can begin to see your children as a little stimulus, little stimuli running around the house, there's that little stimulus, stimulus 1, stimulus 2. I've got 6 of them. When we can begin to see that they just do things and then I get to respond, if we can just shoehorn a little bit of space in there, just a little bit. If we can just think, I'm trying to create a little space in between the stimulus and the response. I don't have to respond right now. I can give myself 2 seconds and then maybe 15 seconds. And then you get to the place where you're going to cool down for 2 minutes. And this is how you really bring down the rate of your yelling. Where you just recognize like, whew, that was a strong stimulus. And I need to take a minute. Right? Creating space in between the kids doing things and your reaction. That is where you will find so much power as a mom. And by power, I mean the ability to be the kind of mom that you want to be. None of us want to be yelling moms. We don't like that feeling. We don't like feeling out of control. We don't like reacting out of anger. We don't like knee-jerk reactions. Usually what we're saying when we're yelling isn't great. It's not A-level parenting. And so, yes, there are tons of great parenting tools. There's tons of ways to talk to children, discipline children, set up systems in your home, all of that. But at the end of the day, it will always boil down to the stimulus and the response. And if you can create some space in there, you're going to have a much more thoughtful response. Okay? And so I just want you to pay attention today. Just pay attention to your little stimuli running around and just noticing, whew, that was a big stimulus. That was a strong stimulus. And see how much space you can create before you react. And can you react from peace? So if the kids come in and they're barreling in and they're yelling, you might say, oh, children, I need you to each sit on a different couch while I finish my phone call. And then you finish your phone call and then you can talk to them. They may need to be in separate rooms. You may need to be in a separate room. You could just be like, hey, you guys, I need to go finish this phone call in the garage. I'm going to be back in a minute. Maybe you're not on the phone. Maybe you're just doing regular, house stuff, but you still need some space to calm down before you just react. But when we create space and when we calm our nervous systems down, then we can react from virtue, from peace. And we can model that for the children too. Ooh, you guys, I see that you came in and you were having some strong emotions. Let's talk about it. And you can teach them how to create space between their stimulus and their response. So this is a very nerdy scientific thing, but it's just another way that you can help your brain manage these kids in this life that God has called you to. Because you are a good mom and you are the perfect mom for them. And you don't have to be a yelling mom, I promise. Thank you so much for listening and have a blessed day. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Catholic Mom Mindset. To learn more about growing closer to the Holy Spirit, check out our free resources at madeforgreatness.co. Thank you so much for listening and have a blessed day.